Today, I'm going to talk about Dead or Alive. My cat, Dusterini, is taking up too much desk space, so no work will be done. So we got Dusterini on deck today. And, let me see here. Dead or Alive. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Right? Okay. Well, how does it go? In Olabek, which is an ancient Chinese article, it's not even like cuneiform. It's literally like letters that are drawn in a scrawling way. It says, I am going to overthrow America. And this was a guy that got paid. And check this out. This guy, the guy you see with one eye, right? That's not the guy. That's his 33rd cousin. And they call him Lipit, right? Okay. And Lipitip means the white weed, right? And Pipitif. Did I skip Pipitif? Where did I go wrong with Pipitif? It was in there. That's okay. Dusty, what are you doing? Now, they don't pip, is what he says, because he was caught. In case you're wondering. And let me see here. So this, if you've ever seen the FP, right? The movie The FP, it is exactly like this story. With the 305 from the north and the 618 from the south. Yes. And the only thing people don't see is his dad's magic boots. What they're doing instead of beat revelation, they're doing coniform or form for kung fu karate or whatever. They're doing form, right? Whack, mad whack, right? And he's just showing them the form charts, and they have to perform it as the thing goes, right? I guess it was a thing. So, okay, so his dad's magic boots, they aren't like Goku's boots. You've seen Goku's boots. Goku's boots were very soft, so he could work on ships' engines parts and things like that. And so he would never scratch the whole deck and things like that. It was very clean looking, right? No. This guy's boots were called grammaticus. And they help you in a way so that you can do cuneiform very easy, like it's repetitive, without it being, well, painful or difficult for you. And so when Vitro died from poison, and Jatro picked up where he left off against Double E from the south. Do you understand? This was before an argument. Do you understand? This isn't even Vlad Tepes related, from what I understand. This is actual pre-China sort of a dynastic story. And no, I mean it. Do you understand? Now listen. Oh, I know. Can you believe that this is some shit, right? So listen. So, in the end, Jatro beats Double E at the beat off, right? And then he's the king of the FP. And Fraser Park, or the FP, right? It's not an Olabek, it's in Tibbetibbetibbetift, right? And the way they've done it is like 6 zeros in a row, and then like a twee, which is like the T with the slant on it, right? Which is, again, the FP. Some see 2. Some see a 2, and it's very easy for some to see this. And some see a 2. Do you understand? And they go, it's right there. It's what he does. He declares war on Jonah when he wins. And Double E just wanted to stack his chips. Right? And be the same. So anyways, Jonah fell to them, actually. Yeah. So that's the way this story ends, basically. Because Jethro wanted to destroy Jonah because they were with Juan. And Juan sees a way. And they don't like Juan for that. I know this story is so ancient. It's like, man. If you were looking at the Star Wars prequels, it's like 8 prequels before that is when this story takes place, I think. So, you're going to say, well, what are we looking at here when we see Dead or Alive? What he's doing is a reverse Chimac-Lac. And that's I know what he's done. I know what he's doing. He's on the 35th step of 804 steps. He says he will never have to complete all the steps. It will be done by the 80th step for sure, but probably the 50th. He could have done it by the 30th if things had gone right. That's what he sees. You understand? This is what they saw. He's like, this money, it would just make us fat. It would just make us look wealthy. We wouldn't have what we wanted, which is everything they promised, right? Which is the run of this arc. This guy, right? Not the one we see. His yellow cousin, I guess. Yellow cousin. Who isn't Double E. As far as I know, his name is Schwipt. Or something like that. Sort of like the very, very old spritzer soda. Schweppes. Schwipte. Something like that. And this is his white cousin, 33rd white cousin, Lipitiv. Their names together spell Chamakraback, which is what I'm saying. So why is it all like this? Because they have a rule amongst themselves where I have to be able to see what you're doing or I will step in it in some way. And that was the way they saw these ways they see. Which is foolish, but it's a warning, don't you understand? So one is to assume they have the greatest kung fu artist who does not need Wei Sun Tzu, who does not need a way they see it, who is a very great way, and he says, I am the way, right? Okay. And he sees all other ways before him, which is, in fact, the way they were. But they weren't men. That's the thing nobody seems to understand. They were not men. They were Jamoshilins. Jamoshilins were known to not have any emoka. Basically, when they're happy for 3 1/5 seconds or something. And that is happy. Happy has to be maintained in some way. Happy is the bar is very fucking high. Do you understand? For happy. Otherwise, they aren't there. And no one can tell me what exactly it is. So basically, you have to have opulence, supremacy, money, power, respect, right? Otherwise, you do not have it. We know simple ways, right? We know some very simple ways. I have an apple tree. I have a cornfield. I have wood. My land is fine. Summer, spring, fall, winter, My stream is clean. I can make my own things. The people that visit me are kind. The animals are not filthy. You understand? Simple things such as the land being rich. Do you understand? This is not what they saw. And this is the problem. because this is what we're trying to. That is what we're selling here. You understand? We're not selling what they're selling there, right? So, what do we do? Right? We need an arc and an arc for these motherfuckers, because they aren't like we were. But that ain't just ain't gonna happen, because I know you guys can't do it. Right? I spend all day throwing these goddamn things in my prison planet that attack this stupid cursed fucking boat. Anyways, I don't know what to say, man. It's a mess. I got off topic. Dead or alive. So they have gone all in. So that means there's no way to win unless you're all in. Right? And if you're not all in, you ain't gonna win. So that's what they're up to. So they say exactly what they say, which is, you've stolen all of our money and we can't be paid now. That's what they did. They did it. They did it. They're who's doing. They did it. Every time one of them does this, you have to put him in an encampment or something. He's either part of it or he's ignorant to being exactly what they are, which implies that he's too stupid or he's a part of it. Do you understand? So this is the choice we're left with, is we literally do that. Do you understand? There's other choices, but let's be honest here. We're working with a very closed bag of choices, because it's too late in the game now. So listen, dead or alive, right? All that nonsense I said, right? What do we do about it? Okay? There isn't a good option. We have to take a bad option, right? Okay. So, I'm on the field. We're playing two-hand touch, right? We can't do a Hail Mary, right? What we want to do is a pass, handoff, fake reverser. That's what I think our choice is. I think that what we want to do is make them think we're doing this, and then we do something else, and when we do something else, we are actually doing a third thing. And that way we can keep one step ahead of them, and even our people won't know what we're doing, but someone in the high command, master of arms, something like that, someone that's very good at keeping himself hidden or secret, using a chain of command, compartmentalization, etc. We have to run a gamut, a quanasween continuast against it. There's not many options to work with. And since you've decided to steal and out everybody that was sent here to help in the way of fight, the way seeing to the way we see Vlad Tepes, which is not what he is, but what others perceive to be the way he was, to use to attack those who they see as steal on good now. I mean, this is the situation. It's shit. It's literally shit. No matter what you're stepping in, they're all in. Do you understand? Every time your little boy bows out of this, he's done. Do you understand? He's bowed right into the poop. Do you understand? Either he steps in it or he puts his face in it. It doesn't matter. Listen, man, I know I'm going across as crazy, but look, if I'm right, what's the harm? But if I'm wrong, what's the harm? Right? It's a little dicey, right? But it's nothing, right? Guantanamo is still open, right? Against all odds. So what's the problem? Right? Okay, so I'm done talking about it. I'm done talking about Dead or Alive and the FP in ancient China and the Ark. You can go back to whatever the fuck it is you're doing before, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, the fire starts.